We have another vehicle here that the customer brought to us with the radio not working. It does have an old Eclipse in it. We also have a CD changer, an old iPod that plugs into the Eclipse, and an amplifier. Right now we haven't quite figured out exactly what's going on with the vehicle, but we're going to run a complete diagnostic on it, which is going to include the amplifier, the radio, and all accessories hooked to it. We're also going to test the speakers to make sure the speakers are not shorted out. And Kirk's going to run through some of this real quick with you, pull the radio out and do some testing behind the radio to see exactly what's going on. Yeah, as we can see here, it does look like the wiring's not too bad, but it can be cleaned up a little bit. It does look like everything's plugged in, so it should at least turn on and work correctly, but we're about to do a little bit of testing just to see what happens. So right here we're testing power, and this should be the constant wire, and it does look like we're getting power. So let's go ahead and test the ignition and see what happens. We should have ignition and it should turn on, but we're gonna check just to make sure. That way we know we cover the bases. And it does look like we're at least getting 12 volts. And the radio does turn on. And as we can see, there is no sound, but there is a popping noise. Now we do have an amplifier in this vehicle in between the radio and the speaker, so we're going to test the amplifier real quick and see what happens with the amplifier. Now the amplifier on this is up front. So let's take a look at the amplifier. We'll pull the cover off and see if the amplifier at least turns on. And it does look like, by the blue light you can see there, that the amplifier is on. It does look like right now we have the RCAs unplugged, so we'll go ahead and plug those in and see what happens. And we still have no sound from the speakers. So it does look like somebody's been in here playing around with it a little bit, maybe trying to figure it out themselves. Let's grab a tool that we're going to plug into the amplifier that will generate a signal. It's a Moore tool. They work really well for situations like this, just to see if the amplifier is receiving good signal or not. So what we're doing here is we're just plugging in the Steve Mead Moore tool. This is just a tone generator. We can do low frequencies, high frequencies, and it does give us ability to do a full range frequency. Let's go ahead and turn it on. So that's in the low frequency range. We're at 100 hertz there almost. So let's see if we actually have any sound at all coming through the speakers. We do not. Let's go ahead and switch the tool over to pink noise. Yep, just hit the range and we can see there, that's the high frequency. Hit the range one more time and we can see there we are now in pink noise. Now we should be getting some type of signal out of the amplifier to the speakers with pink noise, because that is the complete full range and we have no pink noise. Now this is a real good indicator that the amplifier itself is bad, but we will do one more test on the amplifier before we determine that. We'll plug a separate speaker into the amplifier that's not already installed in the vehicle, a speaker that we know works. That way we can make sure that the amplifier does have no output and that the speakers are not bad. So let's see if we have any sound. And we're still in pink noise, as you can see, and we have no sound to the aftermarket speaker. So it looks like the amplifier is bad. So what we'll do is we'll start the process of replacing the amplifier. Once we get a little further into this, we'll make another video and keep you up to date. Thank you.